93 WBT and the Income Strategy Show with Dolph Janis of Clear Income Strategies, online at clearincomeforlife.com. In 1966, we first heard that one, Get Ready for the Temptations, and it's a song we've been rocking out to ever since. But Dolph, I think a lot of people right now specifically are wondering if they need to get ready for the next 2008. We've had recent volatility on Wall Street. It's been up and down. Nobody can really predict what's going to happen, but what are you suggesting for your clients right now? Do we prepare for an 08? Do we kind of just chill out and wait to see what happens?
It comes down to risk reward. We talk about it week in, week out. And when you're looking at, you're out there and you're like, people say, I'm raced to 30,000 or race to 20,000 or whatever. I always look back at Las Vegas. And there's people like, they just want to run that one more hand. I want to do it. And being an ex-dealer for many years ago, I've seen so many people take that risk and trying to get that reward and it fails.
Mm-hmm. Well, they get caught up in the excitement.
Moment.
I mean, you're right. Wall Street right now is a lot like Vegas. Oh my gosh, I'm winning money. My investments are doing well, whatever that is. What else could happen? How great could it be for the next hand, the next go round? And then you just really don't know, though.
But if you turn on NBC, you're hearing this incumbent say one thing. You turn on Fox, this other person saying another thing. You turn on CNN, they're saying all these different views. So which one are you going to believe at the end of the day? But what the last 2 weeks has shown you is we're not that far off. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody agrees on one thing, that the market's overpriced. They have this fear of inflation floating around. But I mean, last week alone, it went down like 1,200 points for the whole week. And people are like, what the heck happened? And then Monday, at the beginning of this week, we had it was down to 1,600 points at one point.
Right.
It fought its way back. It was down to 1,200. And then Tuesday, the way the whole week has went, it's just showing you big spurts. I mean, you look up there, okay, the Dow's up 500, and next thing you know, the Dow's down 500.
Right.
But if you look at your portfolio, what is this going to do to you? I mean, do you have a nervous wreck, or are you just saying, oh, this is normal? But if you pay attention to the volatile index, which controls the fear factor of the market, usually the volatile index hangs around 13 to 18%. Last week and the last 2 weeks, that stinker's got all the way up to 40-some%.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if you read the articles, they had to freeze Wells Fargo because they were losing so much, all the oil things. What is your portfolio doing? And I have so many clients called me in the last 2 weeks, said, Dolph, are the strategies I have with you being affected by this? And I said, no, they're not.
Oh, okay.
Because we work in indexes, we don't work in stocks. We're not a securities broker. The strategies we have offered and the strategies that you're in, the only way they're going to go down is if you take money out of that. That's it. Unless you got a rider on there for income or so forth, that would change it as well.
So we have more control with what it is that you offer your clients.
100%. And then leading into this, like I said, all this, what happened in the last 2 weeks, people have lost anywhere from 3 to 8% in 1 week. Just that one 7-day stretch, people were losing 3 to 8%. You have no control. When you're in the stock market, your control is so many other people, Kristen. That's what I love about the strategies that we work with. You keep control of your money. And I don't know about yourself, but I like to be in control. I am a control freak. It takes one to know one. I don't want to have somebody else dictating what's going to happen with my life.
Right.
I want myself to dictate, hey, this is what I'm going to have for liquidity. This is what I have for my growth potential. This is my risk tolerance. This is my income. And with the markets showing you where the volatility has happened in the last couple of weeks, do you have control of it, or are you hoping that all these other people in China and all these other things happening control your money?
Yeah, yes, I'm a control freak, and I think that people who say they're not, that may be true, but at the same time, you want to have control over something like your life, and you've worked all these years to accumulate the money that you have through investing it and growing it, and maybe that's through work, 401ks and things like that. Whatever that is, when you get closer to retirement or you're already retired, you need to use that money in a different way because, Dolph, it's all about income when we're working, but it's really about income too when we stop working.
It's always there. It's always, in the Patrick Kelly book, Stress-Free Retirement, that we've offered on the show, we have some copies today if people are interested. You read this book, and it's all about procrastination that people are doing. Mm-hmm. It's all about what if, what is the unknown, and how to take away the unknown. It's like Patrick talks about, if you could have a strategy where you can capture the upside but eliminate the downside, would that interest you? And most people say, well, it sounds too good to be true. I said, well, a lot of things that sound too good to be true, Kristen, usually are. But if you research this and you don't listen to all these incumbents out there telling you all this other different stuff and find the reality of you're not tying your money up with an annuity. You're not tying your money up with life insurance. You're not tying your money up. What we call it is we're protecting.
Okay.
So when you look at your portfolio and you look at where all your money is at in your Roths, your IRAs, your 401ks, your savings account, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. You have to throw a little Seinfeld in there. what portion is protected? And like, if you look at all the equities and so forth that people have out there, was it protected the last 2 weeks? No.
That's a good question.
It's not. And if interest rates continue to rise, bonds are going to start fluctuating from everything everybody says. But what do you want protected? And those are the people that call me, and they ask for my opinion, they ask for my advice, and they ask for the Where Do I Stand plan. One of my first questions, Chris, and I looked them straight in the eye, I said, what portion of your portfolio do you want to protect?
That's a good question to ask, and a great way to find out more about this option you're talking about, Dolph, is for you listening today here on WBT to call and get a copy of that book, Stress-Free Retirement. It's a book takes you about an hour and a half to read. It's actually an interesting read. When I read it, I like that it tells the real life stories of regular people that have used these strategies you're talking about to seek that protection when it comes to their retirement and how they achieve their own version of a stress-free retirement. Because that means something different to all of us listening today. So if you'd like a copy of that book, we have some available this weekend, 704-919-0149.